Yo, 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 what's up? Today we are taking a look at the War for Cybertron Siege Netflix Megatron. I don't think this is actually the Netflix adaptation, but whatever. And this is a very nice tank mode, except for one thing. And maybe you'll see it. See, one of the little fucking struts here, it's very, very tight. But the other is fucking looser than my grandmother's pussy. And yeah, it's not very much kibble on this guy, because you know it's not of this world, so there can't be much kibble on something that doesn't come from this world. If you really want to fix your loose thing issue, you can always do that, but then it looks really, 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 really stupid. And this is a separate piece. It just plugs right into the gun there, and it turns into a sword. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But we need the tank mode to be complete. Now I know I said my next review was going to be Ultra Magnus, but I kind of lied. Let's do some size comparison. Speaking of Ultra Magnus, here he is with Ultra Magnus. Take that guy away. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime, but it's incomplete without the one thing that artificially jacks up the price. Here he is with Soundwave. Sorry, I hit my camera. I think my camera's dirty, I think. Here he is with Starscream. And the points of articulation for this mode is you have the articulated cannon. It can go up, but then it kind of breaks the sculpt, right? So and he's got some wheels, so he can, in theory, he should be able to roll, but he kind of drags more than anything. Well. This is a long time coming. I was supposed to do this like 6 months ago. But I just perfected his transformation because it's kind of difficult to remember off the hop. Let's get to that part. Disconnect this piece. Hold his arms up just like that. Disconnect these tabs. Hold that up. Oh yeah, there's the underside. Unplug legs. And we'll deal with that later on. Unplug the fusion cannon. Turn it around. Hold those down. Hold this whole assembly. And you want to turn this whole thing with the legs. These legs, you shift them out just like that. Fold up the calf, fold it down, and then fold this out. Unfold the leg, up, and plug it in. Fold up his foot, and do that, and then you have half a robot mode. You're gonna want to spin this whole assembly, turn the legs around, and you're gonna flip this whole assembly. You're gonna turn the whole thing around, swivel the whole thing around. Fold up the treads and fold it down. Fold out his hands, and the last step is you're going to want to fold. Then you're going to want to reverse the fusion cannon. A simple but quite enjoyable process. Leaves you with a pretty good looking robot mode. He did come with some blast effects parts, but yeah, I lost those. So, and the sword. And if you want to know, his sword can indeed plug into his back, and then you can, and he can also reach for his sword. You can get him in quite the array of poses because he does have a fair amount of articulation. Ball joint of the head. You can look up that far and look down that far. And his ball jointed head is quite loose due to the age of the figure. I've had this figure for like 6 months. Oh, his arm just plugs in. Arm can do a full 360. No bicep swivel, but you do get a rotation. Elbow swivel. Bend at the elbow 90 degrees. You always want him with his arms loosely, because it does click in. And no wrist articulation at all. Same thing for his other arm, except he's got the important fusion cannon, which is nicely sculpted. He's got a waist swivel. Leg goes forward that far and goes back that far. He's got a beautiful spread. He's got a thigh swivel, bend at the knee. No toe bend. He's got a backwards toe bend though, and he's got pivot. So you are fairly limited with what you can do with them, and the sword can actually plug into several different places. But the best place it goes is in his hand. And he holds that remarkably well. Looks like a gladiator, pits of Chaos like he's supposed to. I wish this backpack kibble, but it's not really kibble because it is show accurate. Same with Optimus Prime. But the monochromatic with the touches of red in there, and there's a nicely painted Decepticon logo, and it's been scratched up. That's not even from me, that's painted on there like that. And let's get a good look at the face. He's got a very nice looking face. You can hear the succulent tone of the guy who voiced him in Siege and Earthrise, and who's going to be voicing him in Kingdom, coming out of it. He does have very pertinent lips, though. I was never a big fan of the pertinent lips. And he's got nice red colored eyes. And he's got the Cybertronian markings on him. He shares the same body as G1 Megatron, except he doesn't turn into a gun, he turns into a tank. Time for some size comparisons. I am not going through the trouble. Here he is with Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire. Here he is with Leader Class Blackout. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime. And these figures just look incredible with each other, as you're about to notice. As you can see, these figures look amazing with each other. But that's basically it for Siege Megatron. If you want to get this figure, he is available at probably your local Walmart and whatnot. So I paid maybe $30-40 for him. He's pretty affordable, but for the amount of articulation that you do get, it's not horrible. But it's not horrible by any means, but I just wish that this backpack plugged in. Because look, there's like a little port there. You could easily add like another and just get it to plug in. But as I said, he's got wheels. And he does have painted eyes. He does have red painted eyes, if you can't see that there. Fuck. My apologies, I don't have my tripod right now. It's kind of stashed away and lost. But overall, this figure's pretty cool. And if you want to get your own Deceptibot wrapping merch, you can get it in the link in the description or via going to DeceptibotsWrapping.com. The link will be on the screen right now, DeceptibotsWrapping.com, and you can buy some merch. And here's Shockwave. He's a midget compared to Shockwave. And that's pretty much it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that bell, because if you don't hit that bell, I will personally come to your house and kick your ass. This is me signing off. Peace out.